Welcome back to another video. This time I want to talk about making changes. What happens if there's a cue that you don't want? Or what happens if you want to update the look of a cue? What about updating the time? All of these things can be done at any time. So let's take a look at a couple of different things. I'm going to take a look at the playback status display and see what cues we have here. So we have a Q1, a Q2, a Q3, Q4, Q5, and a Q100. I'm going to go ahead and go to Q4. Just by hitting go to Q4, enter. Going to collapse that, and we're now in Q4. I'm going to click Augmented 3D so we can see this. Now if I hit go, I'm not going to open that, I'm just going to hit go in my machine. And I'm going to go ahead and write a Q7, which actually I want to be Q4. So I'm just going to take a cue that I already have, which we're sitting in Q4. You can see that down here. We're sitting in Q4. All I do is I hit record, Q7, enter. We now have a Q7. So now I'm going to hit go. Sorry, I'm going to hit back. I'm in Q4. We're now in Q5. We're skipping Q6. We're going right to Q7. But what if I've decided I don't want Q7? Well, that's all right. So there's a very specific syntax or computer-based language. So you need to tell it what you want to do first. So delete Q7, enter. Now, please take a look at the bottom of the screen. Bottom left-hand corner, it's going to turn red and ask you to confirm. It won't do anything unless you hit either clear or enter. In this case, I want to confirm that I want to delete that cue. So I'm just going to click enter. Now, if I go here, I go back to playback status display. Notice that Q7 is gone. What if I want to go into Q4? So I'm going to go to Q4 just by opening the tab, hitting go to Q4, enter, closing this, and then launching Augmented 3D. What if I figured out that I want channel 5 at a different level? So currently channel 5 is at full. Now I'm not going to launch this screen just yet because I want you to see, but what if I took that out and I don't want that light on anymore? Now notice at one point it gave me a syntax error. That was simply because I went below 0. So I had hit the percentage minus button, which is also available here, percentage minus. So now we've got this. So what if I want to make that the new cue? I would just hit update, enter. Now see how it says channel list is empty? There's a specific reason for that. It's because channel 5 was still selected. So that's a very common fault. So in this case we would just hit update, enter. It'll update the current cue. Now you could update a single channel if you had made a change such as changing a color or something like that. But in simply removing that, you can't update just a single channel. So now if I hit back and I hit go, we now see the new cue versus the old cue. Now if I want to update it again, say I actually did want 5 at full. Now I'm just going to simply go update, enter. See how simple that was? Really, really easy. So in this video, I've covered deleting cues, updating cues. Now remember, what if we want to change the time on this cue? So I would just say time 6. Now let's go into advanced time. What if I want to make the up fade, meaning the time it takes the light to come up to full brightness, different than the down fade time, or the time that it takes the light to go all the way out? So what if I wanted to make those times different? Well, I can do it a couple of different ways. I can simply say time 2/4. I'm going to go back and then I'll show it to you. That's time, what's called 2/4. Or I can hit time and it'll show me downtime, 9. And I can hit time and actually see the whole thing. So you can do it by multiple clicks of time, right? Time, focus time, color time, all these different things. You can actually assign very specific times to all of them. But to me, the most simple, especially when you're just dealing with straight up and down times, is to either just enter the time or to say time 2/9 or something like that. You can also do, and let's actually just watch that real quick. You can do what's called an inverted time, which would be time 9/2. Let's see what the difference is there. So see how it's fading to its new position much more slowly, much more gradually. That's called an inverted, where the bottom and the top number have become flipped, right? So you make the larger number the uptime versus the lower number being the uptime. Hope this has been really helpful. Please let me know if there are any other videos you'd like for me to make to you. There's all sorts of things that I can help show you. Just let me know what you're trying to do. I'd be very interested to help.